92,955,828. Now you might be thinking, wait, what does this number have to do with anything? Well, this is how many miles the sun is from the Earth. For sunlight to travel that distance, it only takes 10 minutes. Using the sunlight to power our homes is not only effective, but it's efficient. Solar power is the wave of the future. I will discuss what solar power is, the cost of it, the benefits, and the disadvantages of harnessing the sun's power. Miami University wrote an article, What is Solar Power? They said that the sun provides two major forms of energy. This is heat and light. Solar power is when the sun's energy from light is transformed to electricity. National Geographic submitted an article, Solar Power Energy Information. They explained how solar energy works. They stated, the cells are made of semiconductor materials like those found in computer chips. When sunlight hits the cells, it knocks electrons loose from their atoms. As the electrons flow through the cells, they generate electricity. There are different ways to harness the sun's energy. One way is solar furnaces. Another is solar cells, and lastly is solar water heating. A solar furnace takes the light and turns it into very high temperatures. This is typically done with industries. This device has multiple mirrors and concentrates lights onto a focal point, making the focal point extremely hot. The solar cells are the solar panels, and the solar water heater is a storage tank that is attached to the top of the solar panel. As hot water naturally rises, this device does not need a water pump. This device gets hot water for most of the year, but winter is sometimes tricky. Water will get hot, but not as hot as in the summertime. This is where a gas or an electric booster can help heat the water a little better. Solar power is a more effective way to produce electricity than fossil fuels. Not only does it lower the amount of pollution, it lowers the amount of resources needed. One way is solar heating. This is a large satellite dish on the ground that captures the sun's rays and transforms it to electricity. Another way to harness the sun's energy is solar panels. Lastly, a way to capture the energy is by using wind turbines. This is a large windmill that produces electricity in windy areas. When seen, a lot of people think that the devices are extremely expensive. Well, that isn't quite the case. The thing that stops a lot of people from switching to solar power is the cost. What some people don't understand is that yes, it does cost a lot of money up front, but in 5 to 10 years of owning the device, it pays for itself. The price of solar panels are different for everyone. Andy Walker wrote the book Solar Energy, Technologies and Project Delivery for Buildings. He stated that the price for each solar panel is different for everyone because each type of roof is different. The price goes up if the roof is really slanted rather than a flat roof. The price will also go up on a slanted roof as permanent harness connections are to be placed along with mounts for solar panels. Another thing that is a misconception is that the devices will break easily and they have to be replaced often. If regular maintenance is kept up, the solar cells will last a lifetime according to Solar Home. This is what makes solar panels more efficient than fossil fuels. There are a lot of benefits to harnessing the sun's energy. Solar Home wrote an article, Advantage of Solar Power. They stated that solar power is a renewable source, unlike fossil fuels. Using solar power, we will never run out of the supplies. With oil being used to power homes, once we run out of oil, we cannot make more. Having solar power does not pollute the air like oil. There is no dredging that occurs, and it does not harm the ecosystem. One of the best things about solar power devices are that they are easy to maintain because there are no moving parts. But every device has a setback. Nothing is perfect. Some of the disadvantages of owning a solar power device is that they are expensive, but they will eventually pay for themselves down the road after 5 to 10 years. David wrote an article, Solar Power Advantages and Disadvantages. He wrote that solar power cannot be harnessed during cloudy days, when it's raining, or it's nighttime. Solar power is not a reliable source of energy. Nick Gromyko stated in his article, Disadvantages of Solar Energy and Solar Power, that solar power is not ideal in some places. Places that don't have sun for long periods of time during the day or it rains often is not an ideal place to have these devices. There are ways around this also. With the solar power, a battery can be charged and used when it is raining or cloudy. With every device, there are setbacks. 92,955,828. That's how many miles the sun is from the earth. Using the sunlight to power our homes is not only effective, but it's efficient. I have discussed what solar power is, the cost, the advantages, and the disadvantages of harnessing the sun's power. I hope now you see that harnessing the sun's rays are more effective than fossil fuels. In only a few years, solar power pays for itself. Switching to solar power isn't only great on electric bills, it's fantastic for the environment.